Hey lovelies, what I want to show you today is my review of the liquid liner. So this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've been using this for a week now and I'll be showing you how it applies in a few different ways as well. I'm wearing it today and I got some things to say, shall we say. So obviously this formula is vegan, it's also cruelty free. Before we get started, please do subscribe to my channel. I come up with new videos every week and there's a lot of viewers that actually aren't subscribed to me and hurts my heart a little bit. If you are on a cruelty free journey, I am here to help you and I'd really love for you to subscribe. Okay, so this is obviously how everything looks. Ooh. Last time I used this, I was like, oh, I'm sure that nope, that the product is just in this little bit. Been using this for 1 week now. Let's just try it out and I'll try to show you exactly how well it works. I just always find it skips so easily because of the sponge applicator. Also, what are your thoughts on the whole Kat Von D thing? Because I love the tattoo liner so much. It's like part of me wants to continue buying that, but then Kendo's owned by LVMH and so that kind of turns me off quite a bit. But you see how that just kind of builds itself up? Like the formula is dark, which is great, but then I kind of have to go and fix it because see how it's skipping? Like you just see that, it just, oh. It's just kind of like getting a smooth line with this is very challenging. And then because of the way the tip is shaped, this is just not friendly. And this is what I've been dealing with for a whole week of trying to use this. It's like the first day when I was trying to my wedding stuff, like that actually went kind of okay, but this, like that just looks, it looks like it's been applied with a foam applicator. It doesn't look pretty. It's just, I really like the way it dries down because it dries down super matte. It's just interesting to me that such a luxury brand would use a sponge tip instead of a paintbrush tip. Because everyone knows that sponges, they kind of crumble, especially with the way that, just because like when they're kept in liquid, they can crumble so fast. I just find it kind of hard. I mean, like the tip is fairly flexible, which is great. So you can see like, that's flex. But I wanted to make sure I wasn't just doing this like after only giving you my first impressions. That's why I've been using it for a week. Oh, I just went wrong with my line. But because of the shape of the tip, it kind of automatically, when you're trying to do your wing, because the product kind of coagulates around like this part of it, so with it coagulating around there, that means that as soon as you try and apply, it is so easy because this part of your eye protrudes out to just like get that really fat, ugly kind of tadpole into it, and it just, ugh. If you struggle at doing wings, what I'm saying is this is not going to make it easier for you. And that's why I feel a bit like, for the price of what this is, it's just... Today what I've done is I've put on some shimmery eyeshadow. So let's see how this goes instead, because sometimes it can be a little bit hard for makeup to actually go on when it's on like straight powder. Sometimes shimmer makes it worse, so that's why we're just experimenting. Oh, okay, well that's on. I'm going with a more dramatic wing today and I already screwed that up. I always have this little dip here I have to fill in. Luckily it's actually very good because like the tip of it is really fine. So it's super simple to do things like that. And like I said, it does dry down very matte. But one thing fold is not big enough for my bug eyes, so. In terms of the control you can get, like, I understand why they did a bigger handle on this. It's still dragging though. I apologize if you can hear any crunching sounds and stuff going on, because Pixie is getting a bit impatient and she wants to play. Classic thing when you're trying to tidy something up and then you just have to kind of admit defeat. Just trying to make the tip a little finer. But yeah, like all up there, that is really annoying me. Because I found that yesterday it like bled as well. Isn't really the look that we want, but you can get a chunky look going. It's just, I don't know whether it's really worth it, you know what I mean? But you see how that's gone up there because of the fact that it's a sponge. Like the finish you get is, it just kind of drags because it's a sponge tip applicator. Just because like the product doesn't last, and I don't know about you, but I don't really want to have to keep on dipping back in it to effectively like an inkwell. Like, I'm about that life where it's just like easy and you don't have to worry about it. Those wings don't really match. It is easy to actually get like right on that lash line though, because I don't know about you, but whenever I see people that put on a liquid liner or something and I see that gap like around their lashes, that like triggers me. But anyway, that is how it's looking before I've put on mascara. This eye is never as good, it's a different shape, it's a little bit more hooded on one side. It's like I've got a lazy eye on this side. And that's how we're looking with that side with a chunkier wing. And so then of course this is what day 2 is looking like using this. Pixie, I'm gonna have to make this video mute. I'm going for it. I'm doing a thin liner look. So you can get quite a nice thin line, which is really good. And so this is how the liner has ended up looking. On my eye shape, because I've got quite a flat top to my eye, this is why I have to do that kind of rounder shape, because otherwise it just looks a little bit blocky on me. But you can still get a very fine line with this eyeliner, which is really good. Like I said, you just do have to keep going back in with her, and it's just, the tip does drag. That's my only problem with it, but it creates a very nice opaque finish. I woke up thinking it was Saturday today. Let's just get started and avoid the disappointment of the fact that we still have to go to work. So for you wonderful people who also work on the weekend, because preach, I did that for years and it sucks. And if it makes you feel any better, I spend most of my weekend working anyway, so I can relate. So what I want to do today is a dramatic look, as you can probably tell. I wanted to see how well this coped. So I've got Diet Cola, this is from the Shane Dawson collaboration. I've got that on my lid right now. Because I can find that when I wear super shimmery colours like this, the eyeliner doesn't quite cover it, and then you have to use like a black liner on top of, well, not a black liner, you have to use a black powder on top of your eyeliner sometimes when you're using something that's as shimmery as this. Because this is a hella foiled formula and it's beautiful. They did a very good job on this palette. But anyway, we're not talking about that, we're talking about Anastasia. Oh, when you already screw up and you just begin. I mean, honestly, like the way that that tip is formed makes it kind of easy to be able to, oh, it's still doing that dragging thing though. I find that very offensive. I don't really enjoy that whole dragging situation. Like, I'm okay with dragging people and brands that do terrible things, but I don't really, oh my god, so frustrating. I don't really want that from my makeup. This is how the look has ended up, and you can see that one eye has definitely turned out better than the other. Now, you could see like during the application that was really challenging, and I did have to do some cleanup work to be able to actually make that not look quite so trash. So obviously I think that now it's time for our final thoughts on this. So I really love the formula because you see how it dries down super matte. I think that that is amazing. It takes a little while to dry, which is a bit frustrating, but if it means it dries down matte, then you can get like a much cleaner and nicer look using this. But when it comes to the applicator, it's just this sponge tip. Sponges can drag, and I don't know, like it's a fairly good sponge, but I still feel like that's going to deteriorate because you can already see on here, like you can tell the texture of it, and so when you're putting it on your eye, it can really easily drag and create that texture, and that's not something that you want, because with a liquid liner you want to get that nice crisp clean look. Not cream, what the hell is cream? When you're wanting to get those clean looks, that's when you go for something like this, but it just doesn't quite deliver. I think that the applicator really does let it down. I wish that they had this formula in a pen form. If they could just do this and pretty much put it in the same sort of brush format that the Kat Von D KVD Beauty, because now she's gone. Honestly, like for the price of what this is, I'd be recommending the ColourPop one instead, because that also has a spongy tip. Now this doesn't take away product when you add stuff on. The ColourPop one can do that. I'm just still trying to find my holy grail liner. This ain't it, honey. Nope. I'm considering actually just going to like one of those pot formulas and doing with a brush, because I'm so over trying again and again and again with products like this, because this was about $40, I think, 40 New Zealand dollars, and I only buy things when they're on sale, so I got it in the Sephora sale. Not that Sephora sales really do much. I would say save your money. If you are one of the people that loves working with a sponge tip, you'll like this bit. So I hope that these 4 looks I did for you were useful, and please do subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell notification as well, because I come out with new videos every week. I might be coming out with some more sporadic videos as well as we lead up to the wedding, because there's a lot that is going on. Obviously with the magazine, I'm working full time, planning a wedding and doing this. It's a lot. So yeah, and also check me out on Instagram, because I'm on there all the time. I always update in my stories and stuff of what is going on, any new product I'm excited about. So yeah, would love to have you join me and be part of the community, because I'm really trying to help people that are trying to go cruelty free. And if you're also trying out veganism, I'm here for you too. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you lovelies again very soon. Bye.